Yes, but Michael is a super fan, y'all. When I tell y'all, he is a super fan. He loves this game. He knows this game. He studied this game, and he respects gameplay. I think that he just respected Taylor's journey and Taylor's story more.
I agree. And guys, I'm back on the stream for my viewers too. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened. My computer just was like, my computer said is a hater and is an Amira fan apparently, and felt like the need to just let me know its displeasure about the words I said about her. But I'll say it again.
Oh
Sorry
God.
about that. But we're back. We're back in here. Let me see if I can find where I was.
I'm down at Kathy's World right now. I think that's when she was talking about you. That was back when you were going on your Amira rant.
oh,
She
tell us
said,
how you
"No,
really feel.
really, tell us how you really feel."
I wanted to actually. Arlene said, "I feel bad for Kyle. That guy does not know the meaning of racist. He did what they did last season, and it's no different. Glad that he and Alyssa are going to have it give it a go after the show. I could not possibly respectfully disagree more. I think it is very different. Um, Partially because it is one thing to the cookout happened because in the 20 years of Big Brother, 22 years of Big Brother, there had never been a black winner. And they knew that in order for them to have a black winner, they had to band together and at least have get to the final six before as a group before they could even begin to play the game. And what Kyle was doing was because of a fear that he had that although everything that he was seeing would contribute to the contrary, he assumed and had a fear that this was happening and then acted accordingly. And then on top of that, talked, if I'm being real, talked shit about all the people of color on the live feeds. So if you didn't see the live feeds, you didn't necessarily catch that.
I agree. He did talk a lot of shit. Um, and I mean, and I said this before, and Jay and I talked about it. Kyle's comments weren't just from Kyle's head. Daniel is the one that originally said it was the week that oh dumbass Nicole was going home. Daniel actually told Nicole. He said you need to pay attention. He said there is a cookout 2.0, and she said no, there's not. And he said they were in the bubble room, and you can go back and find this. And she said no, there's not. I'm telling you, there's a cookout 2.0. And she said, no, there's not, because they wouldn't have voted Amira out. And Daniel said, I'm telling you, you better pay attention. Well, then Daniel went home. It was a week Daniel was elected. Daniel, or who went first?
That was
Nicole?
Nicole went first because Daniel's stupid.
Okay. Okay. So as Nicole was getting ready to leave, she whispered something to Kyle. Basically told Kyle to watch out that there was a cookout 2.0. He later talked to Daniel about it. That's what got his head spinning.
So
So
you
then he
mean
started.
to tell
Let
me?
me finish.
Okay, go
Let
ahead.
me finish. So that's what got his head start spinning. Well, then he remembered that Monty said that he would like to go far with Amira because she was a strong black woman. Then he remembered Taylor saying that she could never put up a black woman on the block. So this wasn't just Kyle saying, "Oh, there's a bunch of black people in here that might work together." there was a series of things that added up. And that's why I'm saying I think that Kyle stupidly got paranoid because he was listening to others. And even when called out on the carpet on it by Brittany, he doubled down.
And that's
He
what
didn't
makes it
think
racist.
he didn't think about what he didn't think about what Brittany was trying to say to him.
Right.
And I have to disagree. I don't think that makes it racist. I think that he had some bias.
Okay, yep,
I
I'll give
think
you that.
that he had, to me, a racist is someone who thinks that they're better than you and they want to oppress you. And um, I don't know, they say they don't like black people, or they make derogatory remarks about black people. To me, that's someone who is racist. Someone who has racial bias, I think, is what happened to Kyle.
Okay, and I
Because he was ignorant, he had not been around people of color. So go ahead, Jay.
I was gonna say, you mean to tell me that the whole reason that went down, once again, all roads lead to that rat-faced, terrible, ignorant, no good Elvis impersonator Daniel? All roads lead back to him. How can
Yep.
you be this useless? Anyway, done. Let's
Yeah.
go back. Let's see. Look, sorry guys.
Camden, why do you keep deleting your messages, honey? I don't know what's going on there, but every time I go to look at one of your messages, it says it was retracted.
Um, After finding out Joseph is a lawyer, I'm betting Taylor will never see Monty again. Sure enough.
Mm.
Oh, we already did that one.
Yeah, you're a little bit behind. I'm down there. Look at Arlene where it says Taylor was good at saying something about the season. Winning is about surviving, not just gameplay. And
Okay,
I
good. There
agree.
we go.
I agree. It was to her. It was about surviving.
So my
She
partner
had to.
said that Taylor Monty gave the resume speech. Monty gave your standard boilerplate. This is my resume. This is what I did. What I've done in the game. Speech. Taylor gave and I took offense to it at first, but once he explained it, it made sense. Um, the poor pitiful me. This thing happened to me. Now, now vote for me because you pity me. And at first I was like, I don't think that's where she was going with it. I think it's this is what I've been through. And he's like, that's exactly it. These are the things that I've been through. And these are the things that you guys put me through. I.e., I deserve this money. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I can't.
I mean, I've said it all along. People can say, "Oh, Taylor didn't do anything that season. Taylor didn't have to. Taylor didn't do anything. She got carried along." Blah blah blah. She did a hell of a lot. She stayed in that house being targeted week after week after week after week, and showing such grace and dignity, and never ever giving any one of them SOBs back what they were giving her.
Taylor
Not a
was the
damn one of them.
Taylor's the only one in this house, and I think it's one of the beauties of her winning this game is she was the only person in that house that did not feel safe.
No, never. And not just safe in the game.
Yeah, no,
I mean, if you got a grown man yelling and screaming in your face, are you going to feel safe in that house with him?
and I still listen. And if I ever see Daniel Ratfink, just every time I look at him, I just think of one of the rats from the Muppets. And if I ever see that out here in these streets, I promise you, the way I'm gonna get in his face, because you notice he
Oh,
didn't get in Monty face like that.
oh, hell no.
He was mad at Monty, but he didn't jump in Monty's face. So we already know what kind of game you play.
Mhm.
Let's see. Taylor was good. Okay, Joseph's face was yes. Did Taylor go up to him after the win? We didn't see Taylor go up to him.
I think he was waiting and everybody kept bombarding her. I think he was there. He just never. quite got there.
How dare,
On camera, anyway.
how dare Daniel and Nicole's frickin' frack Tweedledee,
Oh,
Tweedledum, Chip, and Dale's Rescue Rangers ass get themselves up there. Just had to be in the front. Nobody wanted to see y'all. No one cared for y'all for y'all to be there. We were just fine with y'all eating your lays at home.
guess where they? Hey, guess where they were staying?
Todrick's house.
Did you hear that too?
I did, and I said,
Yes.
and somebody on Twitter said, "You know that house stank," and I said, "I know it does."
But that's not the same house he was in before because that looks nothing like
Yeah,
any of the
nothing
pictures he
like
posted.
no.
Now
That's
he
Todrick's
got kicked out of the house he said he owned.
that part.
And so they were staying with Todrick Hall, and he is a nasty, vile human being, and I can see right why they were there with him.
Listen, you know what they say about flies and shit.
Yep.
Uh, did I recall? Yeah, when they were sitting in the chair, she pulled her hand away from him. Oh, that was Monty, and that Monty would. Can we talked about the showman's comment before, but Monty getting friend zoned on national TV was chef's kiss. He was like, she
Hmm.
was like, we're great friends.
Yep.
Like it's not going to be anything more than that, and you could tell Monty kind of wanted to say something like, mm, "You lost $750,000 and your girl. I don't know what to tell you, sir. Just keep taking L's." Let's see. Oh yeah, when they were sitting.
No, I missed that. I didn't see that. I like that. Why, Vaughn? Taylor's got the looks and the money. Joseph's got the looks and the career. Great
They
match.
would make pretty babies,
They would. Oh, that would be gorgeous babies.
gorgeous babies. Maybe Taylor will take Joseph on that cruise to reconnect. I want them. I think that's a great idea. Can we advocate that to happen? Um, let's do that.
I think so.
Will Joseph forgive Taylor for smooching with Monty? You know, I really feel like it's game. She recognizes the game. Taylor has also said, and Mona, you pointed this out in our last chat. She has said that like she is a very sensual person, and
She
there,
just was, she was just craving touch.
yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it boiled down to.
Listen, she said she would give it to Daniel, and I know some people.
Did
Listen,
she say that?
she did say at one point that she had a credit that Daniel could get it. This was
Oh, I
early
think that
on,
was in the very, very
in
beginning.
the
She
very
said she had
beginning.
a crush. She said she had a crush
She
on
had, she had a
Daniel.
crush on Daniel. So you know, if she said she had a crush on Daniel, we're not gonna talk about the thing. We can listen. We may do it. I may be able to do that on my channel, but on this channel, I can't say what's on my brain.
Yes.
Um, let's see. Monty will not sleep for days. Stuck. You hear me? He's going to be stuck.
Kathy's World, you said you laughed when Turner said that he sure doesn't hold it in.
Oh, what about the
Oh, when you were talking about CBS?
yes?
Another corporate company. Yep.
When Monty said he thought Turner would beat him, I said, "Yeah, buddy, you keep thinking that, and take the one who will beat you to the final two." Kathy, you right. You right about that because I don't think he thought because he was friends with Turner that Turner was friends with everybody. Not realizing Jasmine could not stand him. Now the world may not be able to stand Jasmine, but Jasmine stood firm on her hatred of Turner. Did you see her face when he walked in? She was so happy she wasn't gonna have to vote for him.
Yep. Uh, I got lost again.
Okay, I'm at Phil. Phil says it looked like Nicole was trying to talk to Taylor, maybe apologize and do some damage control. Amira and Daniel should take note. They better stay away from her. Um, Yeah, Kathy, my YouTube, if you scroll up a little bit, my YouTube is up there.
Uh, give it to me again, Jay. I'll put it back in there. It's kind of hard for them to
Oh,
read
it's
some of that stuff.
KCAPC. Let's see. Taylor was telling. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go. Cedric says they love your. It says they love your backdrop because it's gorgeous. Um,
Thank you. I
let's
figured I
see.
wanted to be in the spaceship to take me away now that I have no more big
Because this
brother.
whole planet is ghetto. um, let's see. Phil Taylor was telling Nicole, "I love you," and saying no hard, like no hard feelings. Again, this proves who Taylor is because I promise you, had it been me and I won that $750,000, let me tell you how this would have gone. I would have walked out of that room. I wouldn't have spoken to anyone. I would have grabbed Joseph by the hand and been like, "Mail me my check," and left.
I would have too, but this is the difference between Taylor and us. I was going to talk about this, and Phil, and thank you for reminding me of that. I don't know if any of you noticed, but the very first thing that Taylor said to Nicole when she walked up to her, can you guess what it was?
I love you.
And this shows, no, this shows the class act that this woman is. She asked about Nicole's mother.
I didn't notice that.
I can read lips. My daughter does sign language, so I can read lips. That was the very first thing that she said to Nicole when she walked up to Nicole was, "How is your mother?"
So, in the midst of her own win, her own historic celebratory win, the first thing she thought about was someone else and their mother. Yeah, you're right. Because
That
that,
makes
yeah,
her.
she's a better person than I am. Because I promise you.
I just I just got cold chills. I'm just like, but yeah, that was the first thing. Thanks, Phil, for reminding me of that. But once again, Taylor shows that she has way more class than most of us do.
True. Nicole, Daniel, yeah, Nicole and Daniel were the most shocked, I'm sure. Yeah, because Daniel has, Daniel did that whole. Thank you, Kathy's World, for subbing. Daniel did that whole apology tour for like 10 minutes, and then decided to jump back on
Yeah,
the hate Taylor train.
yeah.
Um, and Michael knew who to vote for, and it wasn't Monty. Yes, Arlene, you. That is the truth. Kathy's World says, I don't care what show it is, they vote off the black people first. Survivor is the worst for it. We're not ready to have that conversation yet. As a collective, we're not ready to have that conversation. Um,
We will. Jay and
we
I will.
we will, but we're
Over drinks.
that is a
Over drinks one day we will discuss.
yeah, that is a deep conversation. Um, let's see, Monty would have lost to Turner. Yeah, we knew that. I just can't stand why. Candace said, I just can't stand why people have to bring things that are not game related into the game. I get that to a point, but I think everything is game related.
I think you're ahead of me, Jay.
Um,
I'm like trying. I see why Vaughn. She said, "I agree, Jason. When Taylor got kicked around, she and got up and hid with her bruises with a smile. When her feelings were hurt, the DR was her Kleenex."
yes.
That's very true.
Okay, so I'm a little bit further down than you, just a scotch. Yes, I used the word scotch. Don't judge
Oh,
me.
okay. I see Kathy's world. Okay. Oh, thank you, Herm Dog.
Yes, thank you, Herm Dog. I
Appreciate.
appreciate it.
I appreciate it. And I know we have gotten more viewers since we first started going. So I'm going to remind you again that Jay is not monetized yet, and he needs the subscribers. So if y'all can hop on over to his YouTube once this is done and subscribe. And also, whatever we make tonight off of Snapchats, Super Talks, and Super Stickers, whatever that is, I will divide that in half and I will send Jay half for his time as well.
And listen, I was gonna do this just because I love talking to Mona, but if y'all want to throw some dollars in my pocket, I won't say no. You hear me? Bills come due no matter what. Uh,
Love it.
like you know, what I'm saying,
Willie. All right, Willie, he says Monty would have lost to Turner. Absolutely. No, no, he wouldn't have. He would have won over Turner.
yeah, Monty would have won over Turner.
Because the reason that Monty would have won over Turner is everybody that is in that jury knows that, as I've been saying, Turner has never had original ideal, period. They say, the casual viewers say, oh, well, he saved Taylor and he talked about bullying in the house. That's because Joseph was behind him telling him what to do. His HOH where he got rid of Michael, that was Monty telling him what to do. His HOH where he put up Brittany and Taylor and was going to vote out Taylor was Kyle's doing. He never made a choice of his own. When he first came back in from Dire Fest, it was like, oh, leftover strong. Let's keep leftovers together. He talks to Kyle first, tells him what his plan is. I'm going to put up Terrence and I'm going to put up Alyssa, and Alyssa's going to go home. And Kyle said, whoa, 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 no, no, we got to stick with Dire Fest. Totally talked him out of it.
So
And everybody in that jury knows that.
I actually have a. I actually think, and this is a theory. Obviously, would if Kyle had been willing to send Alyssa home, I honestly think Kyle would have gone much further in the game.
Yes, yes, definitely. I believe so. Camden, you said you can't stand why people have to bring things that are not game related in the game. I absolutely agree. I have said it before. I wish that they could just go in there and play the game. Best man or woman win. However, when you're on a reality show like this, you know that going in, number one, you have cameras on you 24/7. Um, Everyone knows that when they go in that house. They may forget it over time, but when you take 16 different people from different walks of life, different classes of life, different races, different religions, um, different lifestyle, whether it be straight, gay, um, trans, whatever, you put all of those people in a house together, you can't help but have stuff from the outside world come in because those people are from the outside world.
And you have to
And
think. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
it's gonna, in my opinion, it's gonna come into it. Now, if Taylor were to say, okay, I'm black, so I deserve to win, then I'd be like, okay, that's kind of offensive to me too,
Right.
because, you know, but that's not what Taylor is saying. Taylor is saying, I had to endure all of this through the game and I survived despite everyone else and how I handled myself and how I carried myself. And socially, that's why I deserve to win the game.
Right.
Did she make history in doing so? Absolutely, twice. You got your first black female house guest winner, and you also have first time ever a winner winning America's favorite player.
I also
So
think that there is a when you come onto a game like this, like you said, these are people from different walks of lives. They're carrying their experiences that they had outside of the game into the game, no matter what, because that's we carry our experiences everywhere we go. So Taylor, the black house guests have the experience of being a black person outside of that house that they can't just take off and play the game to play the game. They can't just come out and say, okay, everyone in this house is, we're all clear, and race and sexuality and gender identity and all that stuff doesn't matter, because it does matter in that house, and it's shown through. I went back and looked at a bunch of stuff on because if you guys don't know, this is my first full season of Big Brother that I watched. So I went back and kind of looked at some of the other seasons and paid attention to things. Um, it's always come up. Racism has always come up. Sexuality has always come up. It is a prevalent thing that happens in the house. Usually, from there was one season where they kept calling a bunch of the gay dude queers and making jokes about them, and they've used the N word in the house, and so it's a thing that just happens when you get this many people into a house. I think what's different last about the cookout and this season is that the people of color were saying, "Hey, look, Taylor saying I can't vote. I can't in good conscience vote another black woman out of the house. Is we have to stand up for our own, because what we've seen in this game prior to this is that no one is going to stand up for us. And if you look at the beginning of this game, one of the lessons I feel like Taylor took is not even the other black people in this house are going to stand up for me, so I have to do it on my own."
That's true. Jay, I'm going to let you answer this question. Camden said, "Isn't paranoia racism, though?"
He said, "It's." I think that you have in that one you have to look deep into your. I don't think that paranoia is inherently racist, but you have to figure out where that paranoia is coming from. I think that that's one of those things that we, as humans, we really don't like to be questioned, and we don't like to ask ourselves the really difficult questions that may make us kind of look at ourselves in a different way, or look at ourselves and like, maybe this is something I need to work on. Um, I don't think Kyle's paranoia was racist. I don't think Kyle's paranoia was racially biased, but I think where it comes from a place of bias. He was worried about the cookout happening a second time. Now we know this because Daniel's ass brought it in there, but since he's not good for anything else but causing problems and chewing on wood because he's a rat. But um, I think
Okay, so this question, you saying that, Jay, is that you didn't know that that stemmed from Daniel and Nicole. So knowing that now, does that change your opinion on how Kyle got to where he got?
it does, and it doesn't. It does because knowing that that was a seed that was planted by somebody else gives me a little bit more grace for Kyle than I probably had before. I already had grace for him because I feel like everyone's deserving of grace. Um, but he took that seed, and part of it is his age, and part of it is his experience. But he took that seed and he ran with it. And when confronted with a different idea and someone saying, "I don't think this is what's happening," he doubled down on it. And that is the hard question. I think that the why he doubled down is the hard question.
Yeah, and that's true. All right, I don't know how we ended up on Kyle again,
We stayed on because
but
okay, so
all
this is the
right.
deal. From this point on, if we see something that's about race or Kyle, I'm just gonna ignore it.
Yeah,
Not that we don't
well,
want to
we're
hear
not
your
going to
takes,
ignore
but
it, but we don't want to be repetitive. Okay. Our let's see, Kathy, you think that Taylor's speech won it for her? I think it was her speech, and I think it was the answers to her questions. The questions that were given to her by the jury, I think those swayed her a lot as well.
Arlene said Taylor's been on the block 6 times. What Taylor did was fight to stay in. Exactly.
Yes,
That's exactly what she did, and that's
exactly.
why she deserved to win.
Exactly. And the jury wanted to make a statement. I think they did.
Yeah,
I think that, if you will, I think that was almost an apology term for the jury to say, "Hey, we treated you unfairly, and now we see what we did to you, and we see how you prevailed in spite of it." Because out of everyone sitting on that jury, the only one that, well, I can't even say Joseph, because Joseph did in the beginning too. There wasn't anybody on that jury, not one single person on that jury that did not talk bad about Taylor or treat her bad.
exactly.
Period. Not one.
Every single one of them, including
Now,
Brittany.
Joseph did start taking up for her at the Amira flip, but before that, he was right in there with the rest of them. So, and Brittany, I'm sorry, Brittany and Michael, they kind of took her in, and she took them in because they were all different and quirky and nerdy, and they all had something that the rest of the house didn't think was good quality.
They were the leftovers.
They
Like,
were actually
they
they
were
were
actually
actually
the
the leftovers.
leftovers.
Yeah, they were.
Uh, I think, to be honest,
Lava.
I think the
See,
potato chips were Taylor's best friend.
I think the potato chips were Taylor's coping mechanism
They
in life
were.
for alcohol. I can't have alcohol, so I'm gonna have my chips.
So what I'm about to do is tear these lays up. You hear me?
Why, Vaughn? Brittany was correct on getting rid of Turner. She would have been in the final two with Taylor. She would have. She'd have still lost to Taylor. But I don't know. With Brittany, my problem with Brittany, I mean, I think I did get tired of people making fun of her and being hateful and mean. That's not right. What got me with Brittany was the fact that she tried to use the fact that she was trying to start a family as a reason for people to keep her in. And she kept saying, "You're destroying my lifelong dream. You're destroying." No, they're not. It's a game.
I was gonna bring that up.
Everybody has their reason for being there. So I think that just stating what you would do for the money or why you're there is one thing, but to keep harping on it every time you talk to the cameras, and every time you talk to the house guests, and every time you talk to the cameras, it's just the same thing, rinse and repeat for 2 weeks that we heard. And I think that was her way of trying to guilt the American public
Into America's favorite
into
player.
giving her America's favorite player so she would have that money.
So the type of person that I think Taylor is, I know that they're not allowed to share the money.
But she probably will give her the money.
She will give her the money for that baby to have a baby. She will do that. That is the kind of person that Taylor is.
I would not be surprised whatsoever if that were to happen.
Yeah, I did. I was gonna bring that up because that was one of the things that bothered me about Brittany. Other than the fact that she
Oh
literally,
my God, I got to interrupt you for a minute.
what's up?
Phil, Phil, my buddy, I want to thank you for that super chat. Jay, we just got a $50 super chat from Phil. That is my boy. Dude, you've been with
Yeah.
me since the beginning, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you.
This. I hope y'all got to see my dance.
I'm sorry, I know I interrupted you mid sentence, but I just saw that.
Yeah, I hope y'all got to see that dance. But listen, because thank you, Phil. I really appreciate that. We listen. Ooh, jeez, yes, we need that. You can see my dance.
Yes, we saw your dance.
I'm a fool. Um, no, I just feel like with uh, I it is okay to it's okay to say this is what I want to do with the money. It was the way I think at one point she looked at one of the house guests. I believe it was Turner, and was like, if you stop my dream of having a child, I will never forgive you. And I was like, that's too like you can't put that on somebody else. That is not
Yeah.
That's not fair.
No,
You know,
it's not at all.
uh, oh, sorry. So Amelia Everest says, thinking back when Daniel was mouthing off at Taylor and she thought he was joking. I felt bad for her. And when she was told by Nicole when they had to play together, you better play for your life. You know, I completely forgot about that moment with Nicole.
There were so many moments with Nicole, and there were so many moments with all of them. If you'll remember, Amira, the week that she got voted out, before she was the replacement nominee, she was so sure that Taylor was going up on the block and going home, and told her, make sure you get it right on all your exit interviews. Said that to her, make sure you get it right on all your exit interviews. And she went home that week. And Taylor said, well, I hope she gets it right on all her exit interviews.
Well,
It's just like these people. This is the first time I've ever seen it. There's always been cliques, but this is the first time that I have seen such a toxic, mean spirited cast as what we've had this year. And I don't know if it's because they were all so young for the most part. But I mean, yeah, look at Terrence. He's the oldest one, and he was
he
still
was the
nasty.
worst. He was the absolute
Um,
worst.
but they just casting did a horrible, horrible job of casting this season. The people were just mean, mean girls, mean boys, just mean club all the way around.
Let's see. Oh, so now there's a lot of Daniel. Okay, Sims, who hurt you? Sims
Do
said,
what?
if Daniel doesn't speak, he's cute. Who hurt you? Um,
Oh my god.
Sorry, I had to just I saw that. We all know Monty is not getting a cruise ticket. Kathy, we do
Nope.
know that. Won't be getting
We
that.
do know that. I
Uh,
can see Taylor giving that to her mom and her grandma.
Before she give, yeah. Um, let's see. Yeah, Taylor
But
did
yeah,
it. Eileen.
they were all mean to her. They all said some of the most hateful things. And thank God that most of it was actually behind her back. So she didn't hear a lot of it. But the stuff she did hear was bad.
Kathy said, I'm kind of scrolling through because some of this is stuff that we've already kind of discussed and talked about.
Okay, well, you got to tell me when you're doing that because I got to catch up.
Oh, I just got to Kathy's world. Said Jasmine saw Santa when Turner walked in.
Yes, yes,
Child,
you did.
Jasmine was happier than a pig in a muddy field on a summer day. You hear me?
Oh my God, it was priceless, and I loved when Turner finally stood up and said that he ate the muffin. He said, "Not only did I eat the muffin, but I ate it in the DR."
I'm so glad that Muffin Gate is over.
Oh, I am too.
Like that
I
is,
am.
if I was like, if I will buy this half of a muffin if she will shut up about it.
Kathy's world. If I was Taylor, I would have looked dead at Greasy Daniel's eyes and told him to sit down, boy. I would have too.
Listen, don't you even get
But
up
she
on here.
has more class than that.
Uh,
Deborah Thompson, are we serious about what, honey? I'm sorry. I know that. Oh wait, you're talking to somebody else.
yeah, about Daniel being. I bet you it's about Daniel being cute. I bet you. I bet you. No, Deborah
Yes, I
Thompson
would think.
said. She said Monty's not someone she wouldn't be with outside of the house.
Oh yeah, she did say that. She doesn't want anything to do with money after this.
Um, Vaughn said yes. I heard her ask Nicole how was her mother.
Yeah.
Um, Kathy's World says, but think about it. A black woman won Survivor last season. A black woman won Big Brother this season. Listen, black women, stand up. It's time. It's your
Yes.
time. Hopefully.
Yep.
Let's make it BBB, Black Big Brother. That way, a black can always win, and there will be no open racism on the show.
Do what? I missed that.
David Martin said, "Let's call it BBB, Black Big Brother. That way, a black can always win, and there'll be no open racism on the show." They have that. It's called Big Brother Niger. It's Nigerian Big
Yeah,
Brother. It's also a fun
David.
time.
I see comments like that, and I appreciate your viewpoint, David. Um, but to me, if you cannot understand what Taylor went through this year and how she rose above that and what she had to endure in that house and how she handled that with class and dignity and won this season, then I don't know what to tell you.
There's nothing
I
else to
mean,
say.
it wasn't because she was black. She didn't win the season
She won the
because she
season
was black.
despite being black.
She won the season in spite of being black.
Yeah.
And that's my 2 cents.
She said she wanted to make history. She never said she deserved it. And that is a very good. Thank you, Kathy's World. By the way, Phil, I'm just now seeing your that super chat. Thank you. You're the best. Kathy's World said she wanted to make history. She never said she deserved it. And that's the truth.
David, so whites against blacks is what you're saying. No, I don't understand where you're seeing that. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Me either.
Um, I said it before. To me, this season was, and it might make some people mad, but I'm going to say it anyway. This season was, to me, less about her being a black winner and more about, and I think I said this at the beginning of the show, to me, it was more about her being that person that came out a winner for every single human that has been bullied, that has been pushed around, that has been made feel less than, that has been made to be submissive to their attackers. That's who Taylor was for me this year. Her being the first black winner, yes, it is history. But to me, it was someone standing up to the bullies of this world saying a big F you. That's my opinion. That's
Preach.
what it was to me about it. She can also be the first black winner.
And also the
But
first winner to win America's favorite high player as well.
exactly, first winner ever to win America's favorite player and the winner of Big Brother. I don't, Jay and I have had this talk before, and a lot of you, um, I don't know if we actually talked about this when we were on our video last time, Jay, but Jay and I both come from a military background. I don't see color. I don't see race. I see a human being. I either like you or I don't. I like you until you give me a reason not to
And that's
like
where
you.
we differ.
And that's me personally. That's how I was raised. I just do not believe that everything in this world should be about race. I think it should be about human beings, from one human being to another. And that's my take on
And that's listen, and that's Mona's take. And I agree wholeheartedly with what you said. I don't not see color. I celebrate color, and that's just not me as coming from a black perspective. It is I see our differences. I see Mona as I see you as a white woman. And I celebrate the differences that we have. Other than that, I'm tired of talking about race in this damn game with this damn game.
it. Okay. All
So
right, let's get to Kathy's world. She said that I've said it all along that Daniel started it and Kyle took the heat for it
yep.
because Daniel put the fear in him. Yes, that is true. Arlene, what was funny about this season was from the start, house guests were volunteering to go on the block. Have you ever seen anything like that? Jay hasn't seen all the seasons, so he doesn't know. But you guys, as Big Brother fans that have watched this year after year, I ain't never seen so many stupid ass people in my life. Who volunteers to go up as a pawn on week 2?
Pooch.
What the hell? It doesn't happen. I don't
It's
know that I've ever seen in 16 seasons that many people volunteer to go up as a pawn.
Let me tell you something. You will have to drag me kicking and screaming on that block.
You ain't kidding.
We need a pawn.
And
You better find
and
somebody else, cause I won't be
and
doing it.
Pooch, yeah, and Pooch's face when he realized that they termed what he did as Pooching himself. It was so funny.
Let's see. Yeah, after what happened to Pooch, I would have never volunteered. I wouldn't have volunteered to begin with. It just wouldn't have happened.
No.
Um,
Uh, Taylor is a polished speaker from pageants. Poor Monty didn't stand a chance out speaking her. No, he didn't.
he didn't. He didn't. I don't know why. There are reasons. Like I understand. I would have taken had I been Monty. I'm not going. I'm just going to keep it 100. I would have taken the flack from my community about not putting that woman on the stand next to me because I would have known. First, this woman does pageants for a living. She talks to people for a living.
Yeah.
There is
And you're talking to America.
there is
So
no
you
way
have to
on
be
God's
politically
green.
correct.
I can take this person or I can take this dirty white boy. I'm gonna take dirty white boy because he don't even. And I would be like, and here's what I'm like, y'all. The reason I should win is because he don't shower.
I couldn't have come up with half of what she did. Kathy, you said, oh, please, Brittany never cared about Taylor. She used her to get to the end, and Taylor would never make it to the final 3 with Michael and Brittany. You're wrong. You are dead wrong. And I will tell you why. Because when Brittany and Taylor were being ostracized from the very beginning of this show, they found a friendship in each other. Michael also found that friendship with Taylor. They've been together since week 3. And I can promise you that if Michael had stayed in that game and was able to, it would have been Michael, Brittany, and Taylor in the final 3. Now, would they have cut Taylor at 3? That you're probably correct on.
They'd have cut Taylor
But
at 3.
she would have gotten to the 3 with them. She did care about Taylor. Yes, she went crazy and tried to vote her out last week. Um, but I don't know if y'all caught what was on the show tonight when Brittany made her vote. When she said she'd been looking for that lost vote all this time, her and Taylor talked about that. And she said, if you're sitting in the final 2 at the end and I turn that key, you better know that it's going to be for you. And this is what I'm going to say. Because Brittany came clean with her and told her that it was her. So if you're just a casual viewer, you probably were like, what the hell is she talking
I
about?
actually didn't know that either, so I was wondering what that was
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. Her and Taylor talked about that right before Brittany went home. And Brittany came clean with her and told her it was me. And, I felt like I was on an island. And I just wanted to see Monty stand up and actually get some blood on his hands and have to do something for a change instead of letting other people do it for him. And so her and Taylor talked about it, and Taylor was fine with it. They hugged it out. They told each other they loved each other. And that's when Brittany said, when I turn your key, I'm going to be giving you that vote back. And I'm going to say, I've been looking for this lost vote. I don't know what ever happened with the lost vote. And that's what that was about.
Okay. Let me back up some. Okay, that's about race, and I'm not doing that anymore. Um. Okay, Kathy said, I think Taylor would have won against Turner. He would say, yo, dude, vote for me. Okay, peace out, man. I honestly think it doesn't matter who you put after Joseph. It didn't matter who you put Taylor up next to. She would have won.
Mm-mm. No, I think this is just Taylor's season to win. I
Yeah,
honestly do.
I don't. I think maybe
And
had
I
it.
mean, forming that many relationships with people who hate you, I can't even imagine.
I don't even
I
want
can't
to talk
even
to.
imagine doing that.
I don't have 16 people I want to talk to
I don't
on a
either. My
regular
circle's
basis.
very small.
Like I know
Yeah,
people, but I don't know if there's 16 people I want to like build those kind. Because like, the differences between the two of us is like you have to have somebody, you have to give somebody a reason to not like you. I need a reason
yeah,
to like them. I'm like,
yeah, exactly. I've got
um,
5 people in my family that I talk to on a regular basis, and
yeah.
that's it. And I've got a large family.
The
Camden said, no joke. Did you see the Lace tweeted about Taylor winning? Lace has been tweeting about Taylor for ever since the big blow up with Monty and Daniel, where everybody was standing around in the kitchen after the vote, and Daniel was yelling at Monty, and they were going back and forth. And Taylor was just sitting on the staircase eating her Lays as
looking
they
completely
argued.
unbothered.
Yeah. Um, Lace has been tweeting about Taylor ever since then. That's why I said I have no doubt that coming to stores near you very, very soon will be a bag of chips with Taylor Hale's face on it.
Taylor's, okay. And I wanted it to be like paprika flavored. I wanted it to be something with a little bit of spice. Let's see. I wish. Let's see. Hold on. One thing Brittany will never have to sing her baby to sleep. She can just talk it to sleep. You're getting sleepy, child. I need
Kathy's World.
you. That was so wrong and so right at the same time.
That was, yeah, yeah. Oh my God.
Yvonne said, I think Taylor's mom and family just spent Taylor's money and the mall will roll out the red carpet. Listen, she already said that money gone. She already told y'all that money gone already. I spent
She
it.
she will definitely take care of her mother.
She will take care of
And
her
her
family.
mother.
She seems like the
I have no
type
doubt.
that not only will she
She
take.
said she actually said on one of the live feeds that um if she won, that the first thing she was going to do was to reach out to Xavier to find out who managed his money, number one, and and what to do with it. You know, so she's no fool. She's a very intelligent woman.
Right.
I
She
have no
knows.
doubt she will do good things with it.
Yeah, I think she will. Like I said, I think that she will. She will make sure for those people who had like real reasons to be on the show. I really feel like Brittany. I do. I think she's gonna make sure Brittany has a kid. I do.
Oh my God, that's hilarious, Arlene. Arlene said, thinking of Turner, one thing he got out of it was that he takes a shower every day, and it's a good thing.
Now listen, I'm
Oh,
gonna tell
y'all
y'all.
on fire tonight.
I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Sometimes I don't shower every day. I do, but I know I'm not leaving my house and I'm not gonna be around people. You don't just be walking around smelling like yesterday.
Oh, Lord.
Just saying. I think when Taylor rewatches, Kathy said, I think when Taylor, she won't have much to do with any of them. I agree with you. I think that Joseph might be the only one she talks to.
I think she'll talk to Brittany and Michael.
So
I
yeah,
do.
Taylor's forgiving. I wouldn't talk
She's
to
very,
anybody.
she's very
Taylor's
forgiving.
forgiving.
I have no doubt that she won't start trying to do the group chat thing and keep everybody together for at least the first couple of weeks. But I think once she starts seeing these feeds and starts seeing some of the stuff people were saying about her,
She's gonna have some questions.
um, she's gonna have a hard time. Yes, Kathy, there was a lot of toxic personalities this year.
It was. Laura said, "I'm so proud of Taylor tonight. She's a classy lady. I was so excited she won. Yes, like Taylor did exactly what she was supposed to do, which was come in,
Mhm.
show her poise, her grace, really take the arrows and the daggers that they were throwing at her and turn it around. And to me, like there could not have been a better winner for this season.
Kathy's World, those little Martians behind Mona, is making me crave M&M's, peanuts.
Same, sis. Same. I'm like, I ain't got no peanut butter cup. I ain't got no M&Ms in here. I ought to be ashamed of myself.
Oh, Kathy's World, your family is Heinz 57. I got some of all of it running in my veins. Girl, you and me both. You
Same.
and me both. And I think most of us do.
Most of us do. Listen, if you go back far enough, you
Oh,
gonna find.
yeah.
But Monty's so arrogant. He felt for sure the jury would never vote for her over him. Yeah, absolutely, he did.
Exactly. He thought I got this in the bag. I can, you know, they're gonna look at gameplay and they don't like her anyway. So, I can take her and I'll win 9-0. And I think he
He
actually thought
actually
that
thought
because
that
I'm
was.
gonna tell you what, last night on the live feeds, Taylor and Turner tossed all night long. When I tell you that there was not a 5 minute increment where those two were just sound asleep and not moving, there wasn't all night. Monty slept like a freaking baby.
He thought he had it in the bag.
He even got up this morning and said how hard he slept last night. That means he had no worries.
And that is why he. Let's not be wrong. 75,000 ain't nothing to sneeze at. You know what I mean?
No, no.
Um,
For 3 months' work,
for 3 months of work, listen,
and then you're going to get all kinds of opportunities when you get out of the house.
he gonna be on the winner circle. You know what I mean? Oh, I cannot wait for Taylor's first interview in the winner circle.
I can't wait with her interview with Tiffany.
Yeah,
I because I think her first one-on-one interview with just her and Tiffany, I think that's going to be so surreal for her. I mean, she slept in Tiffany's bed the whole year,
oh,
this whole
really?
season. That was Tiffany's bed last year,
So I think that
and she's made statements about that.
I also think seeing those two actually sit down and talk, you're going to see a different side of Taylor than you got to see in this house. Um,
I disagree. We'll have to see, but I disagree. I think we're going to see exactly what we've seen of
but
Taylor.
I think like we'll see a more relaxed Taylor. She won't be in the
Yeah,
house.
that's true. That's true. She will be a
Um,
lot more relaxed.
Taylor should use that money to become a lawyer because she could be a real life Viola Davis in the courtroom. Listen,
Oh, honey.
we don't need a how to get away with Taylor has already done showing you guys how to get away with murder through this full season of Big Brother.
She definitely um, knows how to choose her words and is very elegant in the way that she talks. And I'm sure that is years of growing up in the pageants and having to be politically correct and having to answer questions and the training and stuff that she had for that or whatever. I'm sure that comes with it. But she's just, and when she gets her phone back tonight, y'all, do y'all know?
It's
She think y'all see that she's so happy because she just won $825,000. But do y'all know how happy she's gonna be when she opens up that phone and sees all the love
yep.
that she's gotten all year long? Because that's one thing she said last night. was, I hope America sees the real me. I hope that America knows that this agenda or this narrative that they're trying to push is not the real me. And I hope that people are taking up for me and my character. So when she gets out and she sees all of this, I think she's going to be so overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be to be a fly on the wall to to that moment where you have seeing that the world has been rooting for you.
Yeah,
You know, because that's really what
exactly.
it comes down to. The world has been rooting for her. They saw what happened to her in this house and went, "That is not okay," and acted
Exactly.
accordingly.
And
Um,
like I said, I've told y'all all along this whole season, I'd have done snap. I'd have done cussed out every one of those people, and they wouldn't have been enough bleeps in the world for CBS to cover it.
when I tell you, I would not have made it to Big Brother finale night because I would have been in the California State Penitentiary
I'm telling you.
because I would have.
I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she did it.
All it would have taken was Jasmine to ask me to do one more damn thing. It would have for Daniel to holler at nobody for no reason. It would have taken like
You
Brittany to
could
say
say
something.
something. You could say something about every
Everybody,
single one of the house guests.
and I would have been like, I will turn this whole. Jason, what happened to the whole soundstage? They pissed me off.
Exactly.
They pissed me off.
Why, Vaughn? I hope Taylor treats all the house guests for drinks. She probably will. Although I think all the drinks are probably on CBS tonight.
Yeah, the drinks need to be on CBS. This 75K, this 750K is mine's.
Camden, you think that Monty thought he was going to win 6-3? I'll give you that because he probably thought that Michael Brittany
You thought it was gonna be Michael
and
Brittany.
maybe Alyssa, Michael, and Brittany would have voted for him.
I
Who
think he thought
knows?
Michael Brittany and
Or
Joseph.
Burr. Oh, forgot about Joseph. I think that in that case, he probably thought, no, because I honestly think he thought Joseph was going to vote for him because that was his bro.
True.
That was his buddy from day one. I think if you had to pick three, it would have been Michael, Brittany, and Alyssa that would
Okay.
have voted for Taylor over Monty.
I don't know why he would have thought that about Joseph, because this is them. If he had seen them hearts and if he had seen all them Lucky Charms and on Joseph's eyes,
Camden, she got through it with Lays. That's how.
that you're right. That's how
Yes,
she
she
made it
did.
through.
Oh, Coffee Boy, welcome. Are some of my West Coast people jumping on now? Yeah, it should be about time for some of the West Coast people to be jumping on.
Well, hey, West Coast people, listen, Kathy. You see what Kathy said? They would have called me to the diary room when Danny was there and took me right out the door. Listen, right out the look. I would have
I'll tell
been.
you. I'm gonna tell y'all when I made my videos back in the earlier days, I was telling Jay, I try not to drop the F bomb. That's the one thing I try not to do because I do have advertisers, not for me specifically, but through YouTube, that's how you make your money. Because I think if it weren't for the advertisers, you may make 6 cents a video. So I try to keep it pretty PC, and I said, so I try not to drop the F bomb. But I'm gonna tell y'all, there was a lot of nights that I had to record and re-record and re-record and edit the hell out of my video because I can't tell you how many F bombs I dropped. Um, it was bad. So I don't know how the woman did it because
I listen.
I couldn't have done it.
I'm gonna get to that point where I'm gonna have to start self editing and and really being careful about the things that I say out my mouth. But until that day comes,
Well, and that's the thing is when you get monetized, um, all it takes is for a couple of people to report something that goes against
Their policy, yeah.
the company's policy or whatever, and then you're blocked from that advertisement. So, where we make money on YouTube is when you guys watch my video, there's two ads that come up in the beginning. If you watch those videos all the way through, I get paid per ad. It's not a lot, um, but you get paid so much per view for ad. So if you piss off those people that are selling ads on YouTube, you're not making any damn money.
Right. Yes, Arlene, we can see your chats. Sorry. She just asked this chat disconnected.
Oh, I'm way. I haven't got down there yet. Coffee boy, yes, our girl won. We are still doing the happy dance here. We've been doing it for a couple of hours, but I told you West Coasters I was going to hold on, and because I know a lot of people too. The Winter Circle was doing a live tonight right after, and I understand that they've got guests like Miss Tiffany and people that we all love to watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that when we get finished with our live. But I
And
want this is
that's what I was going to do too. So I get it. Um, so I'm glad some people are jumping on.
Ballistic. Also, Terrence. Terrence was the vote that surprised me. I was shocked. I knew that He-Man woman hater was going to vote for Monty just because the way he hated Taylor all season, I just knew. I knew in my soul that wasn't going to go right. So when he that thing said Taylor, I was like,
when he said they said Terrence's vote went to Taylor, that was probably one of the times that I woke my husband up because I screamed out, "Are you effing kidding me? Thank you, Lord!" And I'm clapping and I'm hollering, and I know my husband's thinking, "Girl, take your
both
headphones off so you can hear what you're doing."
both me and my partner was like, what?
It was crazy. I cried for the first 30 minutes. Hell, I started crying whenever uh, I saw the questions that were being asked of Taylor from the jury. That's when I started tearing up. And then as each person was going in and putting their key in there, I could tell by what they were saying who they were voting for. And so with each person, I got a little more teary eyed and teary eyed. Hell, before they ever came back from the commercial to announce it, I'm bawling. I knew Indy was going to vote for her, even though she said, "I'm going to vote for my favorite person in the game."
And we know that wasn't her.
Um,
But she looked
no,
good
it
in that
was.
dress.
That dress, I don't know if y'all know that because you probably don't if you don't watch the lives, but the dress that Indy was wearing tonight on the finale was one of the dresses that Taylor gave her from her pageant world. Um, when Indy got voted out, she snuck two dresses into Indy's suitcase. And so when Indy got to the hotel and opened up her suitcase, here were these two dresses that she had been admiring of Taylor's. So that was one of the said dresses tonight.
I mean, that just gives you an idea of who Taylor
Arlene,
is.
Monty thought that was based on his games won and house guest takedowns. He had it in the bag. Yeah, he did. And the thing is, like I said before, he thought that those people sitting in the jury are the same people that they were when they walked out of the house,
And
where
they
they all hated
weren't.
Taylor. That little bullshit speech that he gave her in the bathtub the other night, um, and trying to break her down. That mentality is what he thought the jury still was. So he thought there's no way Jasmine's voting for her. There's no way Andy's voting. I got their votes. There's no way Terrence is going to vote. Justice, my boy. I guarantee you he went down all this. And he thought she would probably have Michael and Brittany and Alyssa. He was wrong. He was
And
dead. He was $750,000 wrong.
750. He was wrong 750,000 times. 1,000 times. Okay.
Kathy's World. You have advertisers that make $12 a year. It's not easy to make money on YouTube. No, it's not. No way. And normally, it's just me watching a show and talking about what I think about it. With Big Brother, there's so much more because the live feeds are 24/7. Um, I would literally go to bed at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, sleep for a few hours, get up, get back on the live feeds to see what I missed. And then by the time I was actually able to shoot the video at night and then edit it, and it takes a lot.
It is a lot of
And I
work.
can understand why people who do Big Brother or cover Big Brother don't cover anything else. Because I had planned on covering the CBS's challenge. But when I got into Big Brother and saw just how much work it actually was, I was like, I don't have time for anything else. So,
That isn't monetized. Yeah, it's calling it getting monetized.
oh, I didn't see, Coffee Boy. It is monetized now, thanks to you guys. Y'all rock. I mean, my husband's amazed that it only took me 8 months to get monetized
I've been doing
because
this. Yeah,
he said that's unheard of.
it's unheard of. I've been doing this for a year and almost a little bit over a year, and this is my full time. Like this is what I do, and I'm still not monetized yet. So
Really.
yeah, you
Well,
are killing
we're
it.
gonna have to get you some more viewers.
That yeah, we gonna have to work on it because that's like, but let's see. Enough about my struggles.
Okay.
I love how Taylor portrayed more of the idea of being an outcast and making these nasty rats to STFU. Yes.
I am too. I cannot tell you.
Um,
Taylor said she would take that bag, and she took that bag. Yes, she did.
I said on Twitter
Yes,
earlier.
she
I
did.
said on Twitter earlier. Give Taylor her things. Give her her
I
things.
saw that. I'm like, just give her her phone. Give her
Give her
all
her
her
things.
stuff.
Like, no, I meant the money. Just give her all of this belongs to Taylor. Just give her her things. Like, um, let's see. Coffee Boy said she broke 2 records tonight. 3. She was the third POC who won in a row. First POC female in a regular season, and she won AFP and Big Brother herself because she's
Exactly.
a dope.
That's our Taylor who. And that's the thing is, I think that so many season after season after season, is we sit back here and we pick our favorites and we say, okay, this is who I want to win. And 9 times out of 10, we're so disappointed with the final two. And we're disappointed in who wins the game because it's usually who can be the biggest asshole.
Right.
Um, that's my opinion, in my opinion. So seeing collectively someone win that America collectively wanted to win. Last year it was Miss Tiffany. I would have loved for Miss Tiffany to take it home last year. So it's like I think this is the first season in a long time that so many Big Brother fans have got what we wanted in the end.
It's again this being my first foray into Big Brother. I was going into it expecting this to be, especially right around that halfway point. I was like, this season's gonna be trash. Like this is gonna be, I'm gonna be mad. Um, Especially like when Kyle flipped and in turn flipped Turner. Um, that was when I was like, oh, this is gonna be a trap. I'm gonna be pissed the whole rest of the season. I almost stopped watching it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't. I had a great.
Yeah. Yeah, anybody, I think that their first time watcher of this show this year, I think that it will bring them back. I
Yeah,
hope
I
because
definitely will be back for
Big
next year.
Brother is Big Brother's a great franchise, And hopefully by this time next year, maybe we can get our little journalist credentials going and
listen,
possibly get some interviews.
listen.
That would
Do
rock.
you know how many questions? Listen, because I'm gonna. Oh,
Somebody said, oh, you need to go on Big Brother. You need to go on Big Brother. No, I would just like to once be at the after party. I don't even know that I could work. I think that I would be in awe and uh just so freaking fangirl with everyone. I know I would be.
I'm like, oh no, I have the questions that I would ask. I couldn't be on that show. That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Uh,
Kathy's World. I would love to know if Monty walked out right after it went off the air. He can't. They are contractually bound to do certain interviews. Um, I know that Rob has a podcast, is one of them. US Weekly is one of them. Um, I want to say, who's some of the other ones? A lot of your, the Winter Circle's one of them. You're going to have your different magazines and newspapers in the area. They are contractually bound to give those interviews or they don't get paid.
yeah,
That's why on Celebrity Big Brother, when Todrick asshole Hall did what he did and didn't do any interviews and still got paid, I was pissed.
oh, did he still get paid?
Because yes, they still paid him. It took them a minute, but they still paid him.
Tantra wouldn't have got a dime from
They
me. You hear me?
they caved in because they wanted him back for an all-star season of Celebrity Big Brother. And I'm like, why? He's been like the most hated player that I've known in Big Brother history. Now, it'd have to go back many, many years probably to find somebody that was hated worse. But they are they are contracted out. They have certain interviews that they have to do before they leave.
I'm so glad that your thing is set up that they can't see my face while you were talking about Todrick, because I have one of those faces that does not hide my facial expression, and
I
I was
can't
like,
stand that.
ugh.
Yeah, I can't stand that. I mean, I was all giddy when I thought he wasn't going to get paid. I was like, hell yeah, keep the money.
Like,
No.
like Todrick was one of those ones. As a proud member of the Liga Tigga Biga Club, the LGBT community, I was excited to see Todrick on there, and then he quickly let me down. Um, but anyway, let's see.
Coffee boy. Yeah, I jumped up too. Knock on wood, my arm has not hurt at all today. But I jumped up out of this chair when they announced her as a winner and started clamping and dancing around like I was a teenager in high school, and very quickly realized I wasn't. Um,
You're like, oh, I'm tired.
yeah, I was flicking it. It was like I was at a Cowboys game back when I used to watch football. And yes, I said Cowboys. You
I mean,
cannot take the Texas out of the group.
Terrence wanted to see Taylor out after him. It was nice to know he voted for her. You know, technically, Terrence got what he wanted
What do you mean? Well,
because
she did go out after
she
him,
did go out after
just
him.
not right behind him. Yeah, just not right behind him.
Let's see. Oh, that. Okay.
Coffee boy, yeah, he did lose 2 questions, but I think he did better than Monty thought he was going to
Yeah,
do
he did. He
because
did better than what I thought he was going to do.
Monty was starting sweating bullets there at the end. He was starting to get a little bit worried. You could see it on his face.
Taylor's speech will go down in the. But yeah, yes, it will. That
Yep.
speech was perfect.
Yep.
Kathy's
Yeah,
World.
Kathy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Kathy's World. They did. They sat at the table and talked about who Turner and Monty sat and talked about who would be voting for them. And Turner also talked with Taylor about the same thing. And Taylor was convinced that she wouldn't have any of the guys' votes. She thought that they would all vote for Monty, um, or Turner if she was sitting next to Turner. She honestly thought she would lose to Turner.
I don't know how.
I
Uh,
don't know why either, but she did.
and Kathy's what I am definitely going to be picking up some more reality TV shows in commentary because we've got the Real Housewives of whatever franchise coming back, and we've actually
New
talked about
Jersey,
New
we're gonna
Jersey.
be we're gonna be Jay and I are gonna be covering Survivor, Amazing Race, The Challenge MTV, Real Housewives of New Jersey, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Big Brother, and Celebrity Big Brother if they bring it back. Did I miss anything, Jay?
No, I think that's it. We talked about Potomac, but I don't know if
I hadn't got to that yet.
yeah.
Maybe on my recovery, I might get into it. We'll see. I'll look at it. But
Let's see. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep this reality TV thing going. Um, yes, it was definitely Idiot Capricorn on Twitch. It was definitely a beautiful way to end Taylor's season. It was like that. Uh, that going that story of redemption. It's not even redemption. It was a like is she redemption isn't the because redemption means you did something wrong. Um,
exactly.
like she going from you know being and supposed to go home week one. She was supposed to leave. Taylor, we weren't supposed to get to know Taylor. To winning the game, it's magical.
Hmm.
It's just magical.
My watch is telling me my heart rate is up.
uh,
Jay, I'm going to give it to you for a minute to let you answer some questions, and I will be right back.
yep. Okay, I got it. I got you guys in my clutches now. So let's see. Arlene said, I was surprised when you gave us that scoop about Monty's chat with Taylor during the bathtub scene. I was not happy with Monty. Me either. I was real annoyed by how that went down. Not because I think that what Taylor did. First of all, I didn't have a problem with what Taylor did. You're in my HOH. Um, I didn't really see a problem with her comment or what she said. Personally, I just thought that you know, it's right. Like you haven't been there all year. You've been here for 3 months because you chose to come on this show. And then it's my Beyonce. Get off. Let me have my headphones. I don't take it as being any kind of way. And then for him to turn around and use the same language that other people were using against her, you know, throwing that in her face again. I just thought it was terrible. Um, Gail, so glad Taylor won. I just hope Monty is able to sleep tonight knowing he threw $750,000 away. He got 75K. I think he's all right. And if he's not all right, oh well. Nine times out of Coffee Boy says 9 times out of 10, it's someone like Cody and Paul in the final two. Um, that tells me it's normally somebody terrible. They said earlier this was one of the most watched seasons of BB ever, which is awesome. BB 25 was announced. Unsure about CBB though. Strangely enough.
CBB has not been announced. I do not know if we are going to have one because normally I think that they do announce it um, at the end of this, and they didn't say anything about it. They just talked about Big Brother
Regular Big
25.
Brother, yeah.
So I don't know that we're going to have one. They have not confirmed that yet.
Uh, Idiot Capricorn on Twitch said, I feel like anyone should or would or should understand when Taylor was joking around. It seemed obvious for me. And I agree. I feel like when her and Monty were talking in that room about, and she made the comment about, well, you've been, it hasn't been a year, or the headphone
Well,
thing.
no, what he
Clearly,
said was, I can't believe that I've been in this person's life for a year. And she said, well, not a full year, is what she said. And
clearly
she
she was
was
joking.
joking, just like she was with the headphones. She was joking. That's how they joke with each other. but he needed a reason to stick it to her.
Yeah, and using her like using the same, like I said, using the same language that was used for that people have been using against her all season was a low blow. It was like it was wrong, and I have ugh. Let's see. Final three won't be going home until Monday or Tuesday. Interviews and so forth. They're in a hotel. Oh no, I just saw one that made me laugh. Um, Coffee Boy, not Coffee Boy. Where was it? Camden, I believe, said it. Where is it? Yeah,
While you're
I
finding
hated.
that,
I've hated so many people on Big Brother, but Daniel during this season earned a top three. You damn right he did.
ooh, tell me about it. I see Coffee Voice is 9 out of 10. It's someone like Cody and Paul in the final two. Exactly. It's the same thing year after year. They said earlier, or you kind of covered that one. All right, where was your last one,
The
Jay? So
last
I
one
get
I
caught up with
did
you.
was Coffee Boy saying the final three won't be going home until Monday or Tuesday night. Monday night or Tuesday, I think interviews and they're in a hotel in LA.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Candace said,
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
I don't think that they're going to be going home probably for a good week. I think they'll be in LA. I wouldn't put it past them to be in LA because they talked about it. A lot of them talked about staying there next week.
Kevin, I liked Misha. I didn't love her. I didn't, and I definitely didn't want her to win. I was Team Cynthia Bailey all day.
I
But
didn't. I didn't. I mean, I talk about how nasty and vile I thought Todrick was, and Misha was right there with him
yeah,
because she was. They were the Mean Girls Club there, and I didn't care for her too much. But someone who surprised me on Celebrity Big Brother this year, there were a couple. I thought uh, that Carson would get on my nerves, but I
and I
ended up
loved it. Breath
loving
of fresh
him.
air.
Loved him, and also Lamar. I was like, he is just a big teddy bear. He surprised me a lot.
Yes, Lamar. Yeah, Lamar. Like. I did enjoy Lamar. Like my one, I wanted either um, Cynthia to win. Cynthia was my number two. Carson was my number one. Carson was my number two. Lamar was my number three.
Yeah, they were.
Uh, although I,
Kathy's World, Kathy's World. Man, I'd love to be a fly on the wall when Monty does interviews. You and me both.
because
Maybe next year we can take you there.
because you lost $750,000 and got friend zoned on the same.
Right? Right? You didn't just lose 750,000.
You didn't just lose that. You also got got
Oh,
shut down.
and you
Um.
got beat by a woman. I
Uh.
bet that killed his ego.
Oh yeah, it did.
But Coffee Boy, you're from Dallas too. Always a Cowboys fan. Um, Cow- if I were to watch football, I would always be a Cowboys fan. I quit watching football when they started kneeling. And we're not even going to get into that subject, but I come from a very long line of military families. From military in my family, my father to my children, and all I can see is them spitting in my father's face. So I don't watch NFL period anymore.
I don't watch it because I just don't watch it. I mean, if it's
And
on, I'll watch it.
I even tried to watch the Cowboys for a while.
I
But
can't
when
do.
the owner got out there and knelt with them, I'm like, Jerry Jones, you're an ass. So
I That's something I would love to have that conversation offline with you.
yes, we will have that
Um,
conversation.
because that's that I think that's an interesting conversation, but I don't watch the. You, I am a long-standing family bred Washington D.C. native.
Oh my God, tell me you're not a Redskins fan. See, I don't even watch football anymore. But I knew where you were going with that. Oh, I thought we were going to be friends, Jay.
Look at this house divided, y'all.
I know, right? Oh,
I always tell people being a Skins fan is like being in an abusive relationship. Every year you think this is gonna be different this year, and it don't be no
same,
different.
same thing for the Cowboys. Let's see. Coffee Boy Taylor helped Turner study, so it was kind of her fault. He did as good as he
He
did.
did as good. Yeah, he
She
did.
did. She helped both of them study. Because I'm gonna tell you, if Taylor had been in that last comp, Taylor would have won that comp. She knew more than either one of those guys did.
But and again, that speaks to Taylor as a person.
Yeah.
These two people, you are up against $750,000 is on the line,
And
and
she thought Monty was gonna take her, but she knew Turner wouldn't. But she still helped him.
let's see. Honestly, all three could have won, and I would be happy. Yeah, I mean, oh wait, I missed one. Sorry, I'm back. I went too far down. Uh,
Taylor would have won against anybody that took her to jury.
yep.
Those people had redemption to make up for just about every person on that jury at one time or another. It's exactly true. That is exactly right. They had to do their sorries. And
I
so
was.
they,
I would say I was not happy with Kyle when he told Terrence about the leftovers. I'm sure that wouldn't have happened. If that wouldn't have happened, Michael would have lasted longer in the house. Yes, absolutely.
I don't think so.
You don't think
I don't
so?
think so. Monty and Joseph had already talked about cutting Michael. Um, but they were talking about cutting Michael whenever it got down to the leftovers. Michael would be the first to go. But everybody was talking about it to each other. Michael was the biggest threat in the house and the biggest game move to get out. If they didn't get him out, they deserved a list. I mean, he was a comp beast.
Listen, Michael said, don't let the homosexuality fool you, bitch, because I will take everything. I might look like a piece of wind will knock me over, but
But
all
won't,
of it.
yeah.
Somebody said something about, and it made me laugh so hard about Kyle, especially about the Kyle and Michael thing. And it was like, don't nothing, nothing. You know how there's the like, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Yep.
It was hell hath no fury like a gay man inconvenienced. And I was like, I can't hate that. I mean, it's
And I mean, I know Michael was pissed at first, but it was shortly after he was like, I respect it. It's a game move.
yeah.
I would have voted me out too, you know.
The way he threw Brittany under that bus, though,
Oh, I'm still surprised.
But here's the thing, like the fact that he did it. Now, mind you, was it an iconic? Like, is that going to be one of those Big Brother history moves? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But he already knew that like there was nothing going on that everybody didn't already know. Like it
Yeah.
was, he was going back and running and doing the things. Like she was doing his bidding that whole time.
Exactly. He knew about all of it. He knew about the Girls Alliance.
He knew.
He said and asked Taylor, did you talk to Alyssa? He knew all about Michael was the only one in that house, I think, that knew every single thing that was going on at all times.
Yeah, Michael was the don of that house, which is why he had to go.
Yeah. Diva, welcome, welcome. A little behind, but really happy. Her speech was wonderful. Yes, it was. It was awesome.
Gail said both Marianne and Survivor and Taylor for women of dark color. We think you are no longer less than. You know, I want. That is such a like. Oh, it's really hard to like talk about that, especially because then you get into like colorism and things like that, and yeah, having to first of all, Taylor is absolutely freaking beautiful, you
Mhm.
know, and
Yes,
I
I
know
bet.
that she's talked about in the live feeds feeling less than because she's dark skinned, because of her
Mhm.
complexion. And
I honestly didn't know that was even a thing in the
oh
gay
yeah,
community.
oh yeah, oh
I mean, I have learned so much this year that I wouldn't have known otherwise. Maybe I should have educated myself, but I didn't. Um, and I was like, how can that be a thing? Like, not only do I don't even know how to word it. Not only do black people have to deal with the racism that, and I'm not saying all people are racist. They are not, and not all people have had to. There's black people that have had very well lives and never had to deal with anything like that in their life. Um, but how can you pit women of your own culture against each other based on whether they're dark skinned or light skinned? That makes
um
no sense to me.
that is a larger conversation, and maybe what we can do, another thing that we can do, uh that is that would be like an offshoot, is like have these kind of conversations, because that's a very complicated,
Yeah,
uh
it's not something we're going to discuss. It's just
yeah,
something that
something in your like.
that I never knew existed.
Yeah, and actually, it's interesting. You said, you were like, "This is something you learned so much this year." There are things. What I have come to saying, in these things, and this is I'm going to ruffle a feather when I say this, but understand that I'm saying this out of love and understanding. People talk about privilege. Privilege is not knowing what you don't have to know, or not having to know what you don't know is what I mean. I remember, when, and by that I mean, and if we're taking it into game, Taylor had to walk around that house knowing exactly how she was going to interact with everyone in that house
Mhm.
and be very cognizant of what she said and how she said it because of how she could be portrayed. Being because she was a woman, because she was a black woman, because she was, a pageant girl, because she was all of these
Mhm.
things that meant that before anyone met her or anyone started talking to her, they already had a judgment based on her for her
Mhm.
because of those things. So she had to be very careful with how she manipulated and walked and moved in that house. Whereas someone like Alyssa or someone like, Indy for, Indy or Amir, they didn't have to do that. They could
Yeah.
just be themselves
Yeah.
and not worry about that.
And that's just you should be able to walk into the house and be who you freaking are. It shouldn't matter. None of that crap should matter. I know it does, but in my opinion, it shouldn't.
All right, let's see.
Kathy's World. I was the same way last week, Gail. I was watching the live feeds and I just wanted Monty to go home. Oh, I did. I
Listen,
was so pissed at him.
I'm not gonna hate on Monty. Monty will hate himself enough, so he don't need us adding to it. He literally gave Taylor 750 grand. No, no, no. He didn't give Taylor anything. It was Taylor's from week one. That was Taylor's money. Taylor got her own money back.
And I got lost again. Damn it. I hate when that happens. I like just barely touch my mouth and it throws everything all over the place.
Kathy's World is the next one. Uh, Monty told Taylor he was fine losing to her, but his face sure
Oh, okay.
did not like it.
No, it didn't. He thought he had that in the bag. Gail. Mona, my love, I want to thank you for a wonderful, wonderful recap season. Listening to you is like talking to a friend over the phone. That's how lovely. That's how lovely you are. Thank you.
Oh,
I mean, I appreciate you guys. This is I'm talking to my friends. I just got a huge group of friends that I can talk to Big Brother about. My husband doesn't watch reality TV, hates it, can't stand to be in the room with it. I'm 8 hours away from any of my family. Um, my grandkids, I watch cartoons with them. So it's like I don't have anyone that I can sit and discuss this with. So this is fun for me. I love it.
yes, I mean, like, and I, like, really, I can take that same, if not talking to you, listening to you give the recaps before we started doing things together, really did feel like I like talking to friends. I'm like, girl, you know, girl, even if I didn't, necessarily agree with where you, with your thing, I could be like, girl, okay, I can understand
Yeah,
where you're coming from. On Twitch, Idiot Capricorn
exactly.
said, "I know the ladies of the cookout are about to get Amira together after that little jab she took at Taylor." You're right, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
find the little clip of me coming at Taylor or at Amira, and I'm putting that in a separate video so that everybody can see it. Cause
Mhm.
that I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, yeah. That
That was uncalled for.
that woman.
I know my partner is like, if you don't get off of that thing and go to bed, but we got time. We still got more
Gail
messages to get to.
said. Gail said when Monty was crying about having to let Turner go, trust dude thought he was going to win this. Just the pale look on his face when it said it all. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, because when Brittany thought she was going to the final three, she was talking about her husband coming out to spend a week with her. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kathy's World. They a lot of them talked about staying the whole week. And I think that Turner actually was hoping his girlfriend would be there so that they could all spend a week before they went their separate ways.
If Mishik and Todrick were in this season, they would have been gone home by week 3. I don't think so. I think that worm, that little
Oh.
that little evil snake.
I think he would have because you know why? Because on Celebrity, those people don't watch the show. They're told given a couple of episodes to watch right before they go in the show. They don't have any idea about how Big Brother's played.
Right.
So if Todrick were to go in that house against seasoned people who know the game, fans of the game, all that, his ass would have been out. I think he would have been gone quick.
Kathy said, "Wait, we missed something. I missed one." Oh, I agree, Gail. Watching Mona has been. Oh, I like Cynthia, but she didn't do much. Sadly, she didn't. But still, I like her.
That's because Cynthia didn't know the game. She didn't even watch any of it before she came
Cynthia
in. She
had,
didn't know how it worked.
Cynthia had
And
Cynthia was the indie. Had
and
no idea.
Cynthia, even on Real Housewives of Atlanta, any of you who watched that, Cynthia has always been so trusting and naive.
She sometimes she dumb.
They had her snowed. They had her
Sometimes
snowed from day one.
Cynthia is pretty.
I love Miss Cynthia.
Okay. I agree. Watching Mona has been awesome this season. Yes.
Oh, thank you, Coffee Boy.
Buccaneers told the players you kneel when you get up, pick your check up, and get off our field. We said we'll have that conversation another time.
Yeah, we're gonna have that. That's another discussion for another. Are you both in DC?
No, neither of
I
us are in
am.
DC.
No, I am north of Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
And I'm in Kansas City, so we're central. We're central here. Although I'm gonna come down there. I'm gonna need to come down there and get me some gumbo. I'll bring you some. Listen, I'll bring you some barbecue.
Oh hell
Not Deskins. We won't be talking like
yeah.
that, Kathy. We
Okay,
won't be doing that.
we're gonna have to have a football. We're gonna have to have a football video. As bad as I hate that.
We won't be doing that, Miss Kathy.
Oh, Camden, go Pat, go! Green Bay fan. Oh Lord,
You can be a Green Bay fan, but you're not going to talk about the Skins like that.
my sister-in-law's a Green Bay fan, so I have to be careful. Arlene, but Michael kept winning, and who knows how far he would have gotten if he wasn't backdoored. Absolutely,
Oh, he would
he
have won
would
this
have.
game. He would
He
if
would.
he.
If Michael had won his way to the end, he would have won the game.
Yeah,
Even if he sat next to Taylor,
yeah. Taylor.
I think
I
he
think
could.
Michael's the
I
only one who would have beat him.
I think Michael was the only one in that house that could have won sitting next to Taylor.
A lot of people are upset at Taylor's wins. I haven't seen that yet, but I haven't been on Twitter very much. But let's let Taylor's win become a teachable moment for future house guests. Come to BB with an open mind, kindness, and leave the racial hatred at the door. I agree.
Amen, Gail. Amen.
Amen.
And I'm going to tell you, if any of you are using Twitter to get your information from, Twitter is the most toxic place on earth for BB fans. Uh, it, I don't want to say it's not censored because I really don't want it to be censored. I mean, I think people should be able to stick their foot in their mouth if they want to and just suffer the consequences. I've always told my kids, your actions have consequences, so make sure that you're ready to face those before you make a decision. But um, where was I at? I just totally lost. Oh, so my Twitter.
Yeah.
It is the most vile, toxic, hateful place on earth. It is the only social media platform that I've seen that is just so hateful.
Oh,
So hateful.
Twitter is like a cesspool of terribleness and also fun.
Yeah.
Because I will find a good 7.5 laughs on Twitter. But I also will hate myself after I've gotten off of it. Let's see.
Arlene, what do you mean you said that Michael wasn't given the chance to play and help himself? He played in the veto, he lost it. Monty won the veto.
No, it can be said that it wasn't a fair veto comp, but he did play in the veto.
He did play, and his equipment malfunctioned, and they've had malfunctions in the past.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those conspiracy theorists that think that, oh, well, they didn't want Michael to win the game, so they rigged it. I've seen that being said as well.
I mean, if they didn't want, here's the thing, like, if they didn't want Michael to win the game, then getting him in a comp was not going to be the way to get him out of there. Like,
no.
Okay, so this is an addendum to Gail's first comment. And the jealousy and pettiness at the door, and just play the game like it was meant to be played. Putting knives in people's back, the good old days, huh? Listen, I love a petty person. And here's the great thing about
that is absolutely correct. She is being 100% true.
Here's what I love about Taylor's particular brand of petty is that you didn't see it very often.
Yeah.
But
when you saw it, it was too late.
When you saw Taylor coming, it was too late. You were already down. Kathy's Rose says, "I hate to tell Lays this, but we don't all eat chips and still look like Taylor. If it was me in there, they would have to roll me out of the house after eating all those chips."
You're right.
You're right about that.
It sucks when you get old. I know, because I mean, I look at my kids and like I'd give anything to be in my 20s and 30s again, where I could eat whatever the hell I wanted when I wanted.
I ain't never been able to do that. I earned this body by food and snacks. I love snacks.
Gail, Mike, like Monty, like Daniel, like so many, just got too damn cocky, and it cost them. End of story. That is absolutely Mike. the so-called know-it-all should have seen the targeting comedy.
Oh,
You're
he
right.
saw it. He saw it coming.
Brittany, well, Brittany tried to talk him into taking Turner out. If he had taken Turner out, Turner couldn't have got him out.
That's true. Please make sure
So,
everyone is registered to vote. I agree. Everybody should need to be registered to vote. November's just around the corner. Please vote as if the nation depends on it, and it does. Good night. Good night, Gail.
I missed that. God, I hate when my thing jumps.
Um, let's see.
Oh, November's just around the corner. Yes, Gail, thank you. Good night.
And listen,
Happy
I don't
Halloween.
care who you vote for as long as you vote. I'm just gonna keep it real. I mean,
That's the way I am. I don't, my daddy always told me there's two things you don't discuss with friends, and that's politics and religion.
Kathy told a true story. My great grandfather was an Indian until he took the DNA test. Oops, skeletons flew out of that.
Oh my God, I have to tell y'all. And oh God damn it.
Kathy, here's the thing about what you just said is I know exactly what you mean by that. And that. Are you okay? You do we need to go ahead and end it?
No, no, I'm good. I just, oh, sorry. I wasn't thinking and I went to lift myself up on my chair and I can't do that shit. Whew, I'm good. I'm good. Go ahead.
Um
DNA test. Uh,
yeah,
that
she's
is absolutely true. I'm going to tell y'all. Um, in my family, on my mother's side, we've always been told we have Indian. That my grandfather was full-blooded uh, Blackfoot. My grandmother was a full-blooded Cherokee. Well, a couple of years ago, my husband and I took the DNA test thing for us to look and see where we were from, if there was any kind of medical things that we should be worried about, things of that nature. And it came back that I had, now this is supposed to be my grandparents that were full and half. I came back with 0.00001% Indian. And I tried to tell my mother, I'm like, got the DNA test. I don't know where y'all got your information, but we don't have any Indian in our family. Like we have British, we have Irish, uh, and all that. We don't have any Indian. Oh yeah, they didn't keep records back then. And I'm like, no, mom, it's a DNA test. It's blood test. And she's like, yeah, but they didn't keep records back then. And I'm like, okay, mom. And my husband's in the background going, just hang up the damn phone.
listen, just let her live in it. It's fine. Just let her live in it. No,
But
that's so
you are
funny.
absolutely correct.
That can yeah. Listen, a DNA test will bring all the skeletons out of
Yeah.
your closet. Um, from okay, Yvonne says from 750K, 750K within that will be. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean the 800K.
Yeah.
Get it right. Uh,
Actually, I thought that America's favorite player was 75,000.
no, it's 50.
Why were they saying 75,000?
75K was second place.
I could have swore, okay, I'm lost then. Yeah, so 800,000. Probably out of 800,000, she'll be lucky. I would say to get between 5 and 600,000.
That'll change. That's life changing
Because
money no matter what.
yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of taxes taken out of that. And the reason I say that is my husband and I, well, my husband was entered into a contest in Louisiana State Lottery where he was a semifinalist for the first millionaire of the year that they do on Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve. and we had a film crew come here and did the whole live and everything from here. We didn't win the million, but he won 10,000 from Louisiana lottery for being the semifinalist. And we were supposed to pay the taxes out of the whole package that we won, which was like $20,000 uh, worth of stuff in cash. And so we probably out of that 10K, we probably would have received about 2,000 um, to cover the whole $20,000 in cash and prizes. When Louisiana Lottery called him back and said, "Hey, this is the first time we've ever had a semifinalist be from our state, so we're just going to pay the taxes for you and give you the 10,000." We went,
That's what I'm talking
"Okay,
about.
cool." So that's how I know about, or I can kind of estimate about what she will get.
You know what? You know what I can say she'll get more money than I've ever had.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes, and Disney Up Girl says 8K and probably a Lay's sponsorship. Oh, that Lay's sponsorship is already on deck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Mona, I'm sure you have a woman cave in your home because that is what you need to be so good at this.
I actually have an office um, in my home, but my internet, the Wi-Fi back there is like really slow, so I can't do lives or anything from back there. Um, so I bought me a table and set it up in the living room where I'm next to my modem where I can plug directly in. So that's Aaron's job over the next couple of months is to get me a direct cable ran to the back of the house. So then I will be in my woman cave.
See, and I have a streaming room that I use that's all decorated. Right now, you can't see. I'm not gonna let y'all see it because it's a mess. Um, but I have like me and my partner put this together last year when I decided I was gonna do this full time. So,
Oh,
let's
coffee,
see.
coffee boy, you know she's having her a stiff drink right now,
Listen, a couple of them.
and she deserves it.
Arlene, but well, hello from New York City. We love New York. It's one of my favorite places in the world.
Camden, you felt bad for Teddy. I did too on Celebrity Big Brother. I did feel bad for Teddy. Coffee Boy, the Kansas City and Baton Rouge superb posse. Ha
That's what I'm
ha,
talking
there we
about.
go. That's what I'm talking about. New York City. Arlene, you're in New York City.
And I too, Kathy, would kill for some good gumbo right now. And hello to New Mexico, Coffee
New
Boy.
Mexico. Kathy's World. I was a Dallas fan until the past few years, and only because my whole family is in VA and Deadskin
Did
fans.
not
Here
didn't
we
we
go
just say
again.
you don't
Yeah,
have to
didn't
do
we just
this?
discuss that?
We just said that you don't have to do this.
We're definitely going to have a football broadcast.
Yes.
Bria, I saw on Twitter that Taylor hit the block 6 times, but only got 4 votes against her. Wow. Yeah, because she
Yeah.
stayed every time.
Let's see. Yeah, Michael would have won over Taylor. Absolutely. Again, the only person I think that would have won over Taylor is Michael.
Oh, Bria, you almost got me too, girl. I'm gonna tell you. I have people messaging me wanting the clips of whatever it was that you posted on Twitter about the garbage takes.
Oh God, the
Camden, I don't
garbage
know if you
takes.
know.
Those
When I
were
when I saw that on Twitter, I'm like, why are people asking me for clips of what conversation? I had no clue what the hell they were talking about. And then I saw Bria's tweet, and I was like, "Oh, girlfriend, you gonna get us both in trouble." And I was laughing my
them
ass off.
garbage takes were too funny.
I was laughing my ass off.
Oh, here she goes. She doing it again.
Bria, coffee boy. What's up, brother? I've been here silently, calming down from overheating. Oh, I know. I mean, I'm gonna tell you,
I did a full church dance. I mean, like I gave.
I mean, when I first started this video, I started tearing up. Still, that was such an iconic show tonight. It just was.
Yeah.
It's
Wait. It's a great place for Daniel. Yes, that is.
I,
Twitter is a great place for Daniel. In there, the sludge with the
oh
rest of the
yes,
bilge rats.
yes,
I'm
yes.
not gonna cuss Daniel out again. um.
Kathy's World. You guys watch to see if that hurricane comes over Tampa, and if you don't see me around, you'll know I'm floating somewhere around New England. I'm sorry.
Well,
Kathy, thank you for joining us, honey. Thank you, thank you.
Kathy, by the way, I'm from Virginia. Like we could. So we may. I'm not gonna let you keep talking about my skins like that, even though you know what I'm saying. We're not
Oh,
gonna let you keep
give him
doing it.
hell, Kathy. Give him hell.
Let's see.
Ballistic Copy Boy. It depends on which community you're in on Twitter. I'm part of a bunch of vintage gaming YouTubers, and most of them are amazing peeps. I knew through YouTube negative peeps. We just block or delete. Yeah. Um, I'm just talking about when I say Twitter is toxic, I'm talking about the BB fandom on Twitter is just really, really toxic. Toxic, toxic.
It can be, yeah, it is. I think it can be toxic. There are some. I've found some really cool people on Twitter, but for the most part, yes, it's a toxic place. But um, uh, Bria, Bria,
I
Bria, you ought
was
to be
waiting.
ashamed.
I was waiting for you to see that.
Did
Oh,
you see
Bria.
the? Listen, Michael was backdoored and didn't have a chance to play veto. I no, he played in his own veto.
Yes, he did. He lost the veto.
He lost the veto, but he played in his veto.
Yes.
Um, did you see BB? Listen, Bria. Did you see BB Twitter is saying that Joseph proposed to Taylor at the after party? Don't be still, my beating heart. Like I would, that would be a dream for me,
Arlene,
personally.
guys, I'm sorry y'all saw me a while ago when I kind of wrenched my shoulder. I'm fine. It's just if I put pressure on it, it hurts. It goes all the way down to my fingertips. But after a few minutes, it calms down. So I'll be all right. I just needed a minute to get it's kind of like having the wind knocked out of you, and you kind of just got to bring it on down.
Yeah,
But it will be better. I had surgery on Tuesday, so at
on
least there's a
Tuesday,
light
and
at the
then
end.
so I'll
Light
be.
at the end of the tunnel.
Let's see.
Yeah, coffee boy. Yeah,
I was
she
listening to
was
my great
home.
brother's half Cherokee from Atlanta. She was half German and English, half English.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
yeah,
me. I had British, German, um, had British, German, Irish, and I think that was it. I think that was the three that I came from. So yeah, I was like, no. I think all of us in our lifetime, though, especially my generation and below, have all been told that we have Indian blood. For some reason, I don't know why that's always a thing.
I mean, it just they always say we got Indian in us, and it's like, girl, the never mind. That was rude.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you for. You know what? See how I edited myself right there? I'm learning.
Kathy's world. My family hates that I won't shut up laughing that we have a Revolutionary War hero with a huge statue of him in Virginia. And gee, guess who his daddy was? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't get that one. Jason, your
Your place
place
looks
looks
like a
like a
sample room
sample.
at Disney Corp, starting with the picture on the wall. And that you leave my espresso chair alone. I'm doing my best. Here, I'll give you guys a sneak
Oh my
peek.
god.
I'll show you guys a little bit of the mess that is my room. That is my giant One Piece poster in the back. Those lights light up. Actually, if you look back there behind me, and that is a real NASA helmet.
I saw
Um,
that.
I have a friend that works for NASA, and he gave that to me. I'm a nerd, and I like nerd things, and
Yeah.
so there's it. That shit. Mona, your background looks like an Eminem cartoon. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Guys, we made it all the way to
Oh,
we made it to the end of the list.
oh Lord, that's a first.
It's because it was two of us working on it.
That's true. That's true.
Yes, and
Coffee
actually,
Boy, thanks to the both of you for great coverage. I must sleep and have a lot. Yeah, a lot of people have to work tomorrow.
yeah, actually, I think that because I'm sure I'm keeping my partner awake. I'm gonna get punched in the face as soon as I wake up, as soon as I step out the room.
All right,
Um,
guys, we are going to call it a night. Um, I am going to be off next week, and hopefully not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, Jay and I will get together for Survivor recap and Amazing Race recap.
yes,
So
actually,
that's your homework, Jay.
yes, I actually will do a so that we don't have to do a super extended, extra long thing. I will actually do a recap, a Survivor recap for the season premiere and this Wednesday's episode coming up. So then that way I am ready because you will already have had yours up, and then we can just go from there.
Okay.
Um,
And we'll try to get this worked out where we can figure out how to have both of us on the screen at the same time.
yeah, I know there's a way to do it. It may be something that I have to figure out. Guys, if you uh, please don't forget follow me on on my socials. I'm gonna plug myself for a second. Little Star 8481 on Twitter. Um, and obviously KCAPC on YouTube and on Twitch at KC Caffeine Gaming. Those are the places where you can find me. Like I said, we're working on getting me monetized and things like that. I am monetized on Twitch, but I'm not monetized on YouTube yet. So that would make life so much easier, and I can stop working this bull crap bartending job that I'm working where I want to punch people in the face. Um, but yo, Mona, thank you very much for allowing me to come on your platform today. Had such a fantastic time. It was great.
Thank you. I enjoyed it too. I hope all of you guys enjoyed it as well. Thank you for hanging out with us and sticking it out to the wee hours of the night. And I've had my husband, he is going to update my YouTube channel when I come out of surgery, just to let you guys know, because I've had
Yes.
a lot of questions. So he will be posting an update in the community tab. So for the next week or so, guys, call it a night. And as always, what do we say, Jay? Much
Much
love.
love.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.